I give these scavs some moonshine so they can get some stuff into my scav case, and this is what they do with it? Get out of here! Actually, come back. I need my shit, so please come back. What's shaking, nerds? Welcome back to another video, and actually this is my first ever sequel. That's right. If you guys didn't watch it last week, I put out a video that you should go watch right now if you haven't, and it's where I did 10 runs of the 65,000 ruble scav case runs, and we checked out what we got. Was it worth it? You know, in the end, it kind of is, because it's hit or miss, but eventually you're gonna hit something pretty big. Today we're doing 10 runs with the moonshine. The moonshine is pretty expensive. It's going for, on the flea market, roughly at this time, 230,000 rubles to about 240. But thankfully, because we have a sweet hideout now, we can just make moonshine. I'll show you guys how quickly. So the first step in making moonshine is we need to get super water, aka purified water. And to do that, we need water collector level 3. And we're gonna need to put a water filter there, and it takes about 5 hours and 25 minutes to make 1 jug of super water. After you get the water, you're gonna need to turn that into moonshine. So we're gonna need the booze generator, but first we're gonna need some sugar. You need 2 sugars, and recently they just changed this. You used to be able to trade 1 pile of meds for 1 sugar. Now it takes 4 piles of meds for 1 sugar, or you can buy them, and right now the going rate's about 40,000 rubles for 1 sugar. I'd recommend just breaking down 2 car kits, get 3 pile of meds, rinse and repeat until you have enough for the sugar. Once you do have enough for the sugar, you're going to turn this into the moonshine, but it does take about 3 hours to do this. I would not be buying moonshine off the flea market. If you do this, you're going to be able to just make moonshine ahead of time. You're probably going to be a bottle ahead every time, and that way you don't have to spend the crazy amount of rubles. It's barely going to cost you anything because you're going to be crafting all this. The only thing I would think you would probably buy is car med kits and also water filters. So like I said, I did do this 10 times. Let's see all the looty loot we got. So we got a good amount of loot, really good stuff. I'll break down some of the highlights though for you in case you can't really see, because we got some really amazing things. And just a heads up guys, if you don't know, anything you get from the scav case is technically found in raid. So if any of this stuff you need for a task or a quest, it is marked found in raid, which is really dope. So let's break down the big items we found here. The first thing I want to show you guys is the flash drive. Now, yes, it is only 100,000 rubles, but you do need it to upgrade your hideout. You need it for tasks. It's just a great item that you don't have to go hunting for. The next item we got our hands on is the fuel conditioner. This is going for roughly 90k on the flea market at this moment. It also is needed for the ice pick. A lot of people are really wanting the ice pick because you need it for one of the extracts in reserve. So, hey, great find. Lately, a lot of the shoreline keys are popping off. We got the East Wing 206 key. This also connects to the 205. There's no LEDX spawn in this, but the key itself is still going for roughly 370,000 rubles at this moment. That's crazy. You know, that's a great key. There's nothing crazy in it, but there is some good shit in it, so we're probably going to keep it. Speaking of shoreline keys, we also got West 218. This key is really important because it spawns the red key card in there, but it also spawns a LEDX. So that is a twofer of a key. Right now it's going for roughly 600,000 rubles, and I already have one, so this is just pure profit for me. The last of the more expensive keys that we got was Dorm Room 214. Now alone, one of these keys is only worth 60 to 70,000, but because we got 2, we got like 130,000 worth of keys right there. That's a banger, boys, a banger. The last 2 things on the honorable mentions is the shoes. It's the ceiling foam. This is going for about 90,000. It's needed for the hideout, so it is, you know, it has a high price tag on it. And the other thing, it's not that expensive. It's the MDR, but it is an honorable mention. It's still a good gun. We can mod it, and it does run 995, so you know this thing kicks. So in the end, we spent 2.3 million on the Moonshine, and we didn't spend that, but that's like the black market value. That was the flea market value of all the Moonshine that I used. And in the end, we got 2.48 million worth of goodies. Now, in the end, I didn't really spend 2.3 million, right? I obviously maybe just bought a couple of water filters here or there, maybe a couple of sugars, but all in all, the stuff was pretty much just me finding it in raid and using it in the hideout, making the Moonshine, and then making the scav go out and grab the stuff. Now, you could argue, hey, just sell all the Moonshine and then you're guaranteed money. But there's no fun in that, you guys. I like sending them out and like having that rush when it's done, being like, ooh, what do you bring me back? Even if it's like, that's garbage, it's still fun. It's still a fun little adrenaline rush for like 2 seconds. Thank you, nerds, so much for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Also know I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv. If you ever have any questions or anything like that, pop on in, come say hello, and I'll catch you nerds later.